Tony's Volca Tips. Tony's Volca Tips.
Hello and welcome to Volca Tips with me, Tony Horgan. Today I'm going to show you how to tune the toms and the snare on the Volca Beats to create melodies and bass lines along with your beats. The Volca Beats has two tom sounds and a snare. The toms are lovely analogue waves generated in much the same way as the kick sound. They're almost perfect sine waves and they can be tuned independently from the front panel controls. The snare is made of two elements, a noise section which creates the tss sound and an analogue sine wave that's very similar to the toms and can be tuned in the same way. By turning the snappy control to minimum, the snare sound is reduced to this sine wave section. So now we have three sine waves, the snare, the low tom and the high tom. The next thing to do is to tune each one to a musical note. It helps at this stage to have a reference to tune them to, which could be a piano, another synth, or just a piece of music that you're listening to. You have three notes to play with, so decide which three notes you're going to use. The low tom can be tuned across a range from E2 to A2. The high tom goes from G3 to C4. And the snare goes from B3 to C5. It's possible to tune them by ear if you have a good ear for pitch. Otherwise, there's a tuning chart in my guide, Korg Volca Beats, the Expert Guide. Here we start with the kick and then we introduce the low tom, the high tom and snare into the pattern, followed by hi-hats and a clap. In this example, the snare pitch is between the 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock position, and the high pitch and low pitch knobs are between the 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock positions. Okay, that's it from me today. You can follow me on Twitter @TheTonyHorgan. You can find me on YouTube, and you can find my Korg Volca Expert guides by searching Volca Expert. See ya!
Tony's Volca Tips. Tony's Volca Tips.
Tony's Volca Tips.